Hi there, it's Friday, May 17th, and time for Proverbs 17. Let's jump over there and see what we got today. Huh? 17, I always call this a Thanksgiving verse, because when you read it in November, it falls right around Thanksgiving sometimes. Better a dry crust with peace than a house full of feasting with strife. Okay? Think about Thanksgiving and some get together and there's fights and then the cops are called and it's awkward. And, yeah, sometimes it's better to just stay away from that kind of stuff, right? Verse 2: a prudent servant will rule over a disgraceful son and share an inheritance among brothers. We don't have servants now, but everybody had back then, I guess. 3: a crucible for silver and a smelter for gold, and the Lord is the tester of hearts. Got that? You ask the Lord to purify your heart. There's a lot of songs that talk about that. Worship song, purify my heart. Let me be as gold, right? Or when you melt down precious metal, you got to melt it completely. All the impurities rise to the top, and then they scrape that off and throw it away. So you're left with nothing but pure silver. And they do the same with gold or any metal. They melt it, all the impurities rise up, and they scrape it off. You're left with the pure metal. I know that's a process that involves a lot of heat and completely tearing down something and remaking it. If you ask the Lord to do that with your heart, He will. But it's not an easy process, okay? Tearing everything down, melting it completely, getting rid of the bad, and reforming it. Okay? And that's how the Lord tests hearts. It's a good thing once it's done, you're left with a pure heart, but the process can be painful. A wicked person listens to malicious talk, and a liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. And malicious talk, that's gossip, okay? That is gossip. We all know how we feel about gossip, or lips of iniquity. Yeah. Don't do that, okay? Don't listen to those people. Just say, no, not interested. Not interested. Verse 5, the one who mocks the poor insults his maker, and one who rejoices over calamity will not go unpunished. Okay? You insult the poor, you are insulting God Himself, who made them. And if you rejoice over somebody else's calamity, you won't go unpunished, okay? You won't go unpunished. 6, grandchildren are the crown of the elderly, and the pride of children is their fathers. Right? You have grandchildren, have grandchildren. Eloquent words are not appropriate on a fool's lips. How much worse are lies for a ruler? Wow. Let's highlight that just so we'll think on it a bit and come back to it. Lies for a ruler. Worse. 8, a bribe seems like a magic stone to its owner. Wherever he turns, he succeeds. Okay? And that's not a good thing, okay? That is not a good thing. Yeah. These labor people that are lobbyists and lobby in other countries, they call that bribery and extortion. In America, they call it lobbying, okay? Where you're actually paying a representative, your representative, they pay your representative to vote their way instead of what you want, which is they were hired to represent us and what we want. But they get bought and they all get rich All right, and I'll get rich off a base salary. 9. Whoever conceals an offense promotes love, but whoever gossips about it separates friends. Gossip. Okay. You conceal offenses, just let it slide. Okay. Forgive them. If you gossip about it, you will separate friends. 10. A rebuke cuts into a perceptive person more than 100 lashes into a fool. Right. A rebuke. They don't mean rebuke is a bad thing, okay? When you're corrected or said, if this is wrong, it's really this. If you're perspective and wise, you will take that, criticism and say, thank you. You're right. Okay? And you can beat a fool with 100 lashes and he won't learn. Yeah. 11. An evil person desires only rebellion. A cruel messenger will be sent against him. Right. Evil person desires only rebellion. All these kids on the streets now, they're actually getting paid, right? A very small percentage of them, very small, single digits, actually care about what they're protesting about. The rest of them are getting paid to do it. Yeah. Because there's an evil person at the top of that pyramid that wants rebellion. They get rebellion, then they can come in and take over. But this is a cruel messenger or a merciless angel. Ooh, I like that better. A merciless angel will be sent against them. Got that? Right. 12. Better for a person to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool in his foolishness. Yeah? A fool in his foolishness. Folly, they say everywhere else. Fool in his folly. Right. I say stay away from people like that. All these protesters, fools in their foolishness. Yeah. Or really bad neighborhoods, you just want to stay out of. 13. If anyone returns evil for good, evil will never depart his house. Wow. Got that? There are people that return evil for good. I can't imagine doing that myself, but there are people that do. Evil will never depart their house. Wow. 14. To start a conflict is to release a flood. Stop the dispute before it breaks out. Yeah, that's part of our more on arguing we've been talking about. Don't start it. Stop it before it starts. Okay? 15. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the just, both are detestable to the Lord. Wow. You think that's going on now? Do we even need to talk about that? Because, man, it's just... I call it today a two-tiered system of justice, and it is running rampant in most countries, actually. Not just this country, but most countries. 16. Why does a fool have money in his hand with no intention of buying wisdom? Yeah, good question, huh? 17. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a difficult time. The other verses say is born for adversity. Sometimes you only call on your families or your brothers when you're in real trouble, okay? And that's what they're there for. But friends are always there. Yeah. I'll admit I almost never talked to my two brothers. I mean, we were very close when we were growing up because we needed each other. But now that we're older, on retirement, we may talk once or twice a year. But I know, and he knows, if there was ever any calamity, he could call on me, and I could call on him, and there would always be space. So, right. born for adversity. 18. One without sense enters an agreement and puts up security for his friend. There's more of him talking about co-signing, you know. Don't. Okay? Says you don't have any sense if you do that. Okay? You're better off if your friend needs money for something, just give him money. Just give it to him. Because otherwise, somebody you don't know who you co-signed on a loan for a car for is going to come after you and take all your stuff and take more than you would have if you'd have just given him the money. Okay? Okay, 19. One who loves to offend loves strife. One who builds a high threshold invites injury. Yeah. You build a high pedestal, you're going to fall off of it. Right? And there are people that just love strife. They love it. They just like to offend people. It takes the focus off of them. They can tell everybody, oh, look at this guy over here. Right? And you build yourself up high enough, you're going to fall and you're going to get hurt. Okay. We won't highlight that. I almost did. 20. One with a twisted mind will not succeed, and one with deceitful speech will fall into ruin. A twisted mind. You know anybody with a twisted mind? There are lots of them on the internet. Not too hard to find. 21. A man fathers a fool to his own sorrow. The father of a fool has no joy. Okay, well, if you have enough kids, you know, chances are you might have one that falls into this category. They never listen, always in trouble. You still love them, but no joy there. 22. It's a big verse. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. Right? A joyful heart doeth good like medicine. King James. But a broken spirit dries up the bones. It's hard to heal a spirit, you know. Only God can do that. 23. A wicked person secretly takes a bribe to subvert the course of justice. Oh. Weren't we just talking about that? Some judges get paid off before a court case, you know. They get bribes. They try and hide them. Yeah. It has to be happening. They have to be taking bribes, or they wouldn't be ruling on things that clearly should not be ruled on. Okay. 24. Wisdom is the focus of the perspective, but a fool's eyes roam to the ends of the earth. Dreamers, right? Dreamers. Roam to the ends of the earth. Someday. Okay. Everybody says someday. Wisdom is the focus of the perceptive. Okay? That's cool. I like that. Wisdom is the focus of the perceptive. 25. A foolish son is grief to his father, and a bitterness to the one who bore him. It's more of that. 21. Same thing. It is certainly not good to fine an innocent person or to beat a noble for his honesty. Well, what's that? Unfairly. Right. But they do, don't they? Some stuff I'm purposely not highlighting because I don't want to go into a tangent on it. But it'd be easy to do that. Especially with everything going on today. Man, you don't have to look far. 27. The one who has knowledge restrains his words, and the one who keeps a cool head is a person of understanding. Not that? That's really important. The one who has knowledge restrains his words. Keep your mouth shut. Right? The one who keeps a cool head or spirit is a person of understanding. Important stuff. And verse 28, even a fool is considered wise when he keeps silent, discerning when he seals his lips. Right? Keep your mouth shut. Even a fool looks smart if he keeps his mouth shut. Okay? So there you go. That's 17. See what we highlighted in here. We talked about this. A crucible for silver and a smelter for gold, and the Lord is a tester of hearts. All right. If you want him to set your heart on fire and melt it into nothing, and then take the impurities out and reform it again, ask him, and he will. It can be a painful process, but the end result is magnificent. Okay? It's called the refiner's fire, is what it's called. Okay. Malicious talk. 4. That's gossip. When a person listens to gossip, a wicked person listens to gossip. Do you listen to gossip? Do you think of yourself as wicked? You need to rethink that. Because if you listen to gossip, okay, because a wicked person listens to malicious talk. Okay? Malicious talk is talk that is meant to hurt. Okay? Gossip. And a liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. Right. We highlighted 5. The one who mocks the poor insults his maker, and one who rejoices over calamity will not go unpunished. Okay? Jesus said, love your enemies. Even when they lose, love your enemies. Okay? And it even says in other parts of the Bible, if you rejoice over somebody who lost a battle, God may take his wrath from them and put it on you. Okay? So remember that. And we highlighted 7. Eloquent words are not appropriate on a fool's lips. Much worse are the lies of a ruler. Lots of that going on. And there are some fools out there that are trying to use eloquent words. And you can see right through it. You're like, oh, come on, give me a break. Okay? 8. We highlighted. A bribe seems like magic, like a magic stone to its owner. Wherever he turns, he succeeds. Right? Think about lobbyists. Get their way, get what they want. And the average congressperson net worth goes up $1.5 million a year on a $170,000 salary. Okay? Not possible without something crooked going on. Okay. 9. Whoever conceals an offense promotes love, but whoever gossips about it separates friends. Okay? If somebody offended you, keep it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. If you go tell another, well, this person said this to me and he hurt my feelings, and he's going to separate friends. That's never a good thing. So just let it slide. Let it slide. Highlight part 12. Just because I like that. A fool in his foolishness. Okay? Better for a person to meet a bear robbed of her cubs than a fool in his foolishness. Okay? You don't want to meet a bear robbed of her cubs, okay? They will shred you into shreds. Okay? Just like that. Okay? But it's better to meet that than it is to meet a fool in their foolishness. Okay? People that are out there doing stupid things because they're stupid. You don't want to get caught up in that. Okay? At least in big trouble. And 13. If anyone returns evil for good, evil will never depart from his house. Okay? Someone does something nice for you, and you in turn do something evil for them? Man alive. You're stuck with evil forever. Okay? Take a lot of prayer to get rid of that. 14, we highlighted, to start a conflict is to release a flood. Stop the dispute before it breaks out. All right. Don't ever start an argument, okay? If you feel a certain way, let it go. Okay? Right up here. Just let it go. Conceal an offense. Promote love. Okay? And if you're not the one that starts it, what did it say over in 15, 2 days ago? A gentle answer gets rid of wrath. Got that? And that stops the dispute before it breaks out. Highlighted 15, just because. Acquitting the guilty and condemning the just, both are detestable to the Lord. Okay? Now, there are some very liberal judges down on the border. Coming into this country without being invited is a crime, okay? It is a crime. It is illegal. That's why they are called illegal aliens. And a lot of them were evil when they came up here, okay? And their own countries are glad to be rid of them. They come up here and start trouble, commit crimes, rob, rape, and kill. And the judges down there let them go. They're arrested, they're brought up, and the judge acquits the guilty. Meanwhile, condemning the just. Okay? And that's going on in other parts of the country. The Lord is detestable. The Lord hates that. Okay? But they do it anyways. Okay. We highlighted 20. One with a twisted mind will not succeed, and one with deceitful speech will fall into ruin. Okay? Eventually, all these people are it's all gonna catch up with them. You know, you can only pile so many lies on top of lies before the whole house of cards comes crashing down, and it will. It has before, and it will again. Okay? 22, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. Okay? Being happy will make you healthy, but if your spirit's broken, that's hard to get over, okay? When somebody has crushed your spirit, it happens a lot more than you think. 23, we highlighted, a wicked person secretly takes a bribe to subvert the course of justice. Okay? Now, I said before, all congressmen, like a big percentage, like over 90% of them, their net worth goes up by $1.5 million a year on $170,000 salary. Okay, you know. Okay, even Warren Buffett is not that lucky of an investor to do that kind of stuff. Okay, it's not investments. It's just taking bribes to subvert the course of justice. It's a wicked country we live in now. Highlighted 24. Wisdom is the focus of the perceptive, but a fool's eyes roam to the ends of the earth. Okay, you could, if you're wise and you're looking ahead, you know you can only look so far because you don't know what's going to happen. A fool's eyes roam to the ends of the earth. Someday I'm dreaming I'm going to win the lottery and I'm going to have a mansion, and yeah, they're dreamers, okay? Wisdom is the focus of the perceptive. Okay, well, highlighted 27. The one who has knowledge restrains his words. The one who keeps a cool head is a person of understanding. Okay? You know where these fights are going to lead, okay? Somebody's going to end up on a couch. Okay? Keep your mouth shut. Restrain your words. Don't say it. If something pops in your head, oh yeah, what about? Don't say it. Okay? Keep a cool head. You want to be one who has knowledge? Restrain your words. Keep your mouth shut. And 28 we highlighted. Even a fool is considered wise when he keeps his mouth shut. And he's looked and he's thought up as discerning when he seals his lips. Okay? Even a fool looks smart when they keep their mouth shut. How much more does a smart person look when they keep their mouth shut? Just keep your mouth shut. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 17 for May 17th. Good Friday. Have a good Friday. We are reading more Psalms through the Bible in 1 year today. And then getting back to the story of David tomorrow, probably. But we'll get there. Give us a like if you think about it. Let me know if you enjoy these or not. Because I'm doing them for my own study, and I just put them out there. You know, in case somebody else wants to study too. And it keeps me studying. So, but till later on, we're through the Bible in a year. We'll do that later. Until next time, keep humble. Yeah.